Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. So on the bottom left side as the Panzer lead player, we have Noob, who's going for Panzer Grenadier to Kettengrad. So on the top right side is the US forces, we have Facu, LW Facu. I have no idea how else to pronounce that. Let's see, any particular special build order here? More engineers, so it's going to look like going for a triple engineer opener into perhaps a barracks, likely. Level 15. Alright. Not the highest, not the lowest. You can see him constantly re-microing where he's putting out his rally point. He'll likely pull out a barracks relatively soon. There's the barracks. Pretty standard. If he was going for a support weapons center, that would have been very interesting. Alright, so not necessarily the highest caliber players, but should be interesting nonetheless. Kettengrad will be capturing these strategic points. So far, just the one Panzer Grenadier, likely a second Panzer Grenadier being employed out as well. Panzer Grenadiers do receive some damage. They're roughly on the same health, but I'm pretty sure the G43 squad will generally win out on 1v1. Looks like the engineers advancing around the garrison, getting some good damage there. Kettengrad patrolling around. And do have a handful of wire being put out there. Interesting. Maybe a good idea to go capture up some points first, but this will of course help deny Kettengrad's when charging forward to capture the fuel point. Kettengrad now is seeing some automatic weapons fire as the Panzer Grenadier is taking time to shoot up the engineers. All three windows are firing against the Kettengrad, does abandon the garrison there to get some more damage, and he needs a fallback sooner or later. Kettengrad will go ahead and absorb enough damage. And does direct his own capture there. The engineers could have potentially got a quick decapture there if he was quick enough on the draw. But it's usually the job of the Kettengrad to bully around units like that. 14 and 15 out of top 30 now are these days? Okay, interesting. I'm used to the Company Heroes 2 loadout, whereas 14 and 15 tend to be on the lower end. Then again, I guess Company Heroes 1's community is not that large anymore, is it? Engineers advancing forward, trying to push on forward, catch up this point. Kettengrad's catching up this point here. Mission point has been captured on up. We do have Camp Grove Company to Panzer Command and pull into a couple 222s.
Engineers reporting.
Kettengrad has captured up the munitions point now. Engineers, Panzer Grenadiers advance forward. Engineers firing some damage onto the wounded Kettengrad. Kettengrad is, of course, very wounded right now, but will be safe for the time being. This Kettengrad's advancing forward.
Guys, listen up.
Cutoff point now being captured on up. Rifleman squad now advancing forward. And the Kettengrad has gone for Luftwaffe ground forces and camouflaging way. Should be able to withstand from being shot out for the foreseeable future. We do have another Rifleman squad here. The Kettengrad may be spotted here, may receive some missed shots as well, but the Panzer Grenadier and Kettengrad will escape on out of there. Now, I do have a fresh jeep to hunt down the Kettengrads. I wonder if he's... Wait, there's a... Okay, there's... No, I don't know why I thought there was three. Never mind, there's two Kettengrads out in the field. This one's at full health. I wonder if he saw one of the Kettengrads camouflaging around, that's why he went for the jeep. But again, jeep's still sometimes nice to have either way. Just to hunt down Kettengrads in the first place. But the Jeep has better chance of spotting stealth Kettengrads. Now he definitely knows what dodge his opponent's gone for. Kettengrad's trying to dance around the Jeep, and it's not being successful as a dance partner, so it's going to run away after stepping on his left foot. And now the Kettengrad will be pursued. Has seen a bit of damage there. Nope. Kettengrad needs to start flooring it. And use his left foot. Does the Kettengrad's... Is it the fuel pedal on the left or right side? Well, either way. Wait, the fuel pedal's on the right side, not the left side. Ugh, I'm getting everything mixed up now. Does the Kettengrad have a clutch? Very important questions. Sometimes I wonder how on earth some of these weird vehicles are set up. Because what is the actual original design of the Kettengrad? It's supposed to be like a... No, I really don't understand the design of the Kettengrad in the first place. A half... Not half-track, but half motorcycle?
We are losing a fuel point.
What is the original purpose of a Kettengrad? And what's actually useful in that purpose? Kettengrad does decapture that point there, cutting it off. Kettengrad's now on this fuel point, cutting it off as well. However, we've got the rifleman cutting off this fuel point, and one Panzer Grenadier will not be enough. He may spot both of them, since they both in that general area. Do now have a 2-2 on the build queue. Got two Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward.
Supply lines are broken.
Kettengrad was originally a tractor for use for farming. Interesting. Wait, how's that even useful for farming then? And wasn't one of those things that called farm equipment, but actually meant for the war effort, sort of like the Lig, and the Panzer I was considered like a training track, was like considered a tractor. It's like there's a lot of like tree for size bypass Germany did during the interwar period. Now I'm just wondering how on earth the Kettengrad was actually useful for farming, because why the motorcycle front? Why not just full track? Like other tractors at the time.
Losing ground out.
Rifleman from engaging at close range, STG squad can get some good damage there. Needs to focus down. Does use suppressive fire on the rifleman squad, slowing, suppressing the 6-man squad, and now the 5-man squad will force back the STG squad. Apparently it's a utility vehicle. Got it.
We'll be taking Berlin by Christmas. Our forces are
and now the
taking
engineer squad does
casualties.
get wiped out. We do
Supply
have the
lines are
munitions
broken.
sector being
We
captured
have
up. This
territory
entire,
cut off
all
from
these sectors
supply.
are still decaptured. Rifleman squad is eyeing for the munitions point.
Got the point. It's ours now.
And now the munitions point has been claimed. Kettengrad and 2-2 advancing forward.
Enemy fire! Get down! Listen up, rifle squad.
2-2 and Kettengrad are pushing way forward. The Kettengrad, of course, can spot landmines, so it's actually a good combination to have near each other.
We're losing a
And now going for the
strategic
cutoff point as well, which is also another good combination. The Kettengrad can decapture points while the 2-2 can protect it. Luftwaffe ground forces pushing way forward. There's some U.S. landmines here. He may have spotted that landmine being put out.
Supply
He
lines
spotted
are
that
broken.
landmine.
Supply lines are cut off from supply. Munitions point under attack.
Rifleman squad advancing forward. Kettengrad receiving a bit of fire now, but not a whole lot. Jeep fine, good volley on the Jeep now. 2-2 advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on in. Rifleman squad has dropped a couple models. Down south, we've got the Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. Landmine has not been cancelled.
We're losing ground out there.
Another 2-2 has been put on the field. Got two Kettengrads in this region.
We have territory out of supply.
The amount of Kettengrads, how the Kettengrads are falling around the 2-2s, I would assume he actually would have gone for Tank Hunter just for repairing up the 2-2s, but I guess not.
Forward supply lines are
Rifleman
broken.
squad will see a bit more autocannon fire. Down south, got the Jeep. Getting some good damage on in. Does receive quite a bit of fire, however. STG squad and G43 is still hitting the Jeep now. The Jeep will need to fall back a little bit farther because he's pretty wounded right now. I don't think he can repair it in combat. I think he's receiving a bit too much damage. Rifleman squad's now falling back.
The enemy is down to 300 points. We're losing ground out there. Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
Kettengrad now advance forward.
Supply lines
And
are
decapture
broken.
the central
We
VP,
have
very nice.
territory cut
Overall,
off
some
from
great field
supply.
control by the NCB player. Do now have an M1 AT gun deployed on the field. 2-2 does
Forward
go
supply lines are broken.
crush the rowboat, denying his opponent from retreating across the water. AT gun sitting on up. Do got the rifleman do spot the 2-2. Great. Oh, and that rifleman squad's not lasting all too long, is it?
We are losing a sector.
Let's find a good pen there. Needs to rotate the AT gun immediately. Engine damage crit there from the small arms fire, maybe from the AT gun from the MG placement, and the rifleman squad gets
Losing ground out
annihilated.
there.
The 2 still
Enemy unit
dead.
down.
Got the Luftwaffe ground forces here. Fallschirmjägers, not Fallschirmjägers, Panzer Grenadiers could stick around that light cover. Jeep in the region, facing the wrong direction. He wants to change sides. And looks like the AT gun's going to take time to clean up this hedge line. We now have an M3 half-track deployed on the field, eyeing for the quad upgrade.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
And now the Luftwaffe ground forces are receiving a bit of fire there.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory
Reference
out of
squad
supply.
right there, now pushing forward, waiting for the 50 cal upgrade.
Engineer ready and waiting.
US player does not have enough fuel for our Greyhound, just going to stick with the quad. The quad will generally win on a 1v1 versus a 2-2. Now advancing forward. He knows his opponent's gone for Luftwaffe ground forces. He knows he doesn't have to deal with Teller mines. The munitions half-track could always roll up and lay down landmine. But that's likely not going to happen anytime soon. So advance forward, will find some good damage there on the rifleman. He's trying to hit the rifleman. If he stops the rifleman, he can't capture any sectors. Force back the rifleman. So now this advance has largely been blunted. Just have to avoid the quad for the time
We're losing a
being.
munitions point.
Engineer and Jeep advancing forward. Jeep is going to come forward to support the quad. Down south, we've got the Luftwaffe ground force to capture the munitions point.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
Eyes on me.
No Trios into there. He doesn't have the fuel to deploy it out at the moment, nor really the manpower.
We have territory cut off from
What doctor should he
supply.
go for? He has 2 command points.
Light mechanized here.
He could go for either Rangers or Airborne if he needs some mobile AT, but he does, of course, have the AT gun, Rifleman. He only has 2 squads of Riflemen at the moment, so maybe going for Airborne or Rangers right now wouldn't be half bad to help replenish this front line. He's pulling out something. Not sure what it is, though.
We have paratroopers circling the field.
Not
They're
airborne
asking for
troops.
drop coordinates.
I'm not sure where his manpower may have went. Observation post somewhere? Stealth getting right up north. We do have now the 2-2s advancing forward, trying to get some damage onto on the observation post. Trios into that's where his manpower went.
They're hitting one of our forward
Observation post now receiving quite a bit of
Take
fire.
our
We got the Jeep and the quad half-track in this region. The fuel points being decaptured.
We have a secured sector under attack. They're hitting one of
Rifleman
our
squads
forward
do see some
placements.
fire there.
Our
Observation post
territory.
could be saved. Engineers could rush forward to repair it. AT gun could advance forward as well. These engineers do decapture the munitions point. And does fall back with them now. Ooh, immobilized, damage and crit. Light half track in the region. Water half track needs to start hitting that light half track. Of course, got mortars running on in as well, getting some good damage as well.
Our forces are
It does take
taking
up the
casualties.
quarter half track as well. Rifleman squad is advancing forward with the engineer to support. Engineer capturing that point there. It's not. I'll help him get that fuel point in cut off, not being cut off, but this point is still cut off. Keep firing away. You got the Rifleman squad advancing forward. Get inside this garrison wouldn't be half bad. There's 5 windows on the other side. He needs to start focusing down the STG squad with this Rifleman squad. It does get it focused down. More half track still raining on in. Got the 2-2s advancing forward.
Front lines are collapsing.
Those airborne forces need to get out his recoilless rifles as soon as possible. Rifleman squad is receiving quite a bit of fire as well. We'll need to back out the garrison and fall back. Engineer does see a bit of fire there. Luftwaffe ground forces does not decapture the fuel point just right now. Leningrad down south. And Luftwaffe ground forces pursuing those engineers.
One of our units
And
was
his engineer going for the munitions point. He lost a squad. He lost a rifleman squad, which is actually a big deal at this point in time. AT gun setting on up does not get the kill there on the armor car. He does take out the Jeep right there. These are quite wounded, but still alive. He can potentially take out this engineer squad that is on the random
we
retreat
have
path,
aerial
and there it
recon
goes.
capabilities.
As trying to go for strafing support, and Willie's casting GG, and going to be probably going to be back
We're
in the
losing
game
a
real
fuel
soon.
sector.
Engineers, pay attention. Anti-tank, ready.
Yep, maybe he should have gone for.
Forward
And it's hard to
supply
say
lines
what
are
he
broken.
should have gone for.
We're losing a
I just want to
strategic
maintain
sector.
good field control early in the game before you got even out to any 222s. Maybe should have gone for only 2 engineer opener rather than 3 engineer opener. Get out some earlier riflemen. Jeep didn't really accomplish all too much either. So maybe one less going for earlier rifleman rather than going for a 3rd engineer in Jeep. By the way, that's just my general input. It's hard for me to say. Either way, that's Angrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.